I love college.
Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio. Keno Radio. Keno Radio.
I just can't get away from a good time. It started out innocent enough, hanging in the backyard, working on my truck, turning some wrenches, cranking
Alrighty,
some tunes.
Keno Radio, Kix Andy back at it. Another
What's up, gang?
show.
Next thing I know, my neighbor
This is the
Bad Boys
boys
of
here.
Podcasting.
Oh yeah, the bad
The
podcasting.
Bad Boys of Podcasting are back at it. Like I said, it's a two-man show, just Kix and Andy. Lately, we thought was going to be back, but she had to get a new comp, I guess, so she'll probably be back next week. It's been a couple weeks for us. I had my boy Jimmy Connor on last week, the music sensation, so he was really cool.
Highly recommend everyone go check that out.
Definitely check that one out. It was a good listen. I was a little bummed it was on the phone and it wasn't over Skype because the audio wasn't great. But what I've heard
She
is
doesn't have Skype? That's a weird thing.
he said it wasn't as good. Like he wanted to do it on the phone. I don't know.
Well,
So I didn't question it, but it was a cool interview. He's a really, really nice kid, and he's a big time talent. So definitely check that out. But in the big news right now, Labor Day weekend just happened. I'm wearing sweatpants right now. The sweat box is over
Yeah.
until
this is
further
nice.
notice because it's supposed to be 90 degrees this weekend.
But the nighttime temperature now is perfect.
It's dropping. It's
it's
wild.
great.
It's banana. Like I threw on sweats and it was banana land for me. It was absolutely. I couldn't really. I haven't worn pants in forever.
I don't
Like
wear
in general.
pants.
That is true. I rarely wear pants at all.
All
but
too often pantsless.
You know the weird feeling when it's like your knee to your ankle
Yep.
is like not exposed anymore.
Yeah. You're getting a little material there.
It's definitely a little material there, so it's a little funky. Know what this time of year is perfect for? Zip off, like those zip off cargo pants.
We should bring those back because I had a pair.
Dude, those get ridiculed, but those are probably the most efficient article of clothing of all time.
And they had cargo pockets, so when you zipped off the bottom, you just threw the bottoms in the cargo pocket.
In the cargo pockets.
It's the most efficient pant on the market.
Of all time. I remember I gave a pair of those to my grandpa for one of the holidays once, and he was ecstatic because it was perfect for golf, especially in the spring and fall.
Oh yeah, you
You
could
go
start
out
with
kind of
pants.
early in the morning. It's a little chilly out there. Then boom, you hit the 6-hole, zip them off, throw them in the pockets, and you're good to go. And you got shorts on.
Well, if you're gonna throw them in the pockets, make sure there's also room for your pocket dog.
That is true. That is true.
Which I'm assuming this weekend was a large weekend for the pocket dog universe.
For the world, yes. For me, it is sad. I was with great sadness. I have to say, I didn't eat one pocket dog this weekend.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. Big Labor Day weekend, I didn't have one pocket dog. If you follow along on Keno Radio Snaps, you probably saw that I had a wonderful weekend. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. First off, I told Andy I have some breaking news that I just heard on
I'm a little nervous.
on Extra News. That we might be breaking if you live under a rock and you hear this in the next 24 hours.
This is big J journalism right here.
This is huge journalism. Taylor Swift, our girl, and Tom Fiddlesticks have broken off.
Jesus. Damn it.
Another one down the tube.
There was a part of me that said it's about Taylor Swift, and I was gonna say that she's like a lesbian now or something. That would have been my guess, but now she's single.
She's single and ready to mingle again. So word on the street is that Fiddlesticks wanted her to walk with him down the red carpet at the Emmys. She didn't feel comfortable with that. She's never walked down the red carpet before with a boyfriend with a boy toy on her arm.
Wow.
So she was like, so that's a clear indicator right there that he to her was nothing special.
Yeah.
He was just another guy who she wanted to get back at Calvin Harris with at the end of the day.
That's the moral of the story here, gentlemen. Like, you're gonna put yourself out there. I guess you're just gonna get your heart broken. I think that's maybe what we're getting at here.
That's very true, and I think that is a huge sign that he wasn't the one for her. Is that she's never walked down the red carpet with someone, and she was like, oh man, he's not red carpet worthy. Like that's when my whole thing was that he's a nobody. He's like a C-lister and she's an A-lister. From the get-go, I was like, this doesn't make sense. She's way more famous than he is.
Yeah.
And that's proof right there. That she was like, I can't make my first red carpet some nobody actor.
So you're saying
Emmys, nonetheless. The
yeah,
Emmys.
The Emmys are that's top 3. That's top 2, I think. Emmys? And yeah.
Well, the Emmys is like TV, so it's
I'm saying all of these awards, I'm saying Emmys is like top 2 or 3.
I think Emmys.
Bigness.
I think Oscars 1, Grammys 2, and Emmys is.
See, I was gonna say Oscar, Emmy, Grammy.
Okay. I think I'm thinking Golden Globes.
Maybe. Okay.
Golden Globes is kind of the 4th. I'm sorry, you guys. So, but still, like Emmys is still because it's TV. I think doesn't movies, at least after watching Entourage 3 times.
Yeah.
Movies is like the bigger thing than TV. You kind of get a bad rep if you're a TV actor.
So I guess so you're on your vein here. You're saying when we see someone walk down these red carpet events with Taylor Swift, like that might be the one.
Yeah,
'cause she's never done it. Even when she dated she dated John Mayer, she dated Joe Jonas or Nick Jonas, like all these people.
Yeah.
You're saying she
Jake
never
Gyllenhaal.
went down the red carpet with any of them.
Never. She's only gone solo dolo down the red carpet.
Not Calvin. Calvin Harris was a long relationship.
A long one, but they never walked the red carpet together. Unless extra news, Carissa Thompson's lying to me. That's it right there. That's it.
She's a beast.
She's great. No, she is great. I had it, then I was off her, and then I'm back on her.
And wow, I didn't know that. So she's that's a strong figure, and that's when she's wearing the pants in any situation.
The fact that she was just like, nope, that's too far. I'm cutting it off.
Next.
Right? On to the next one. So further, once again, it just means a Fire album's on its way out.
Oh yeah, she's got
two breakups in one summer. Fire album coming.
The Calvin Harris breakup songs are going to be an album in itself. They dated for so long.
Right? I think the longest she's ever dated someone was because of that.
Yeah.
So
wow.
When that album's got to be coming out soon, right? December. She does everything in December.
She didn't tour this summer.
No, because she better be working on an album.
Yeah. Hey, I hope so, man.
She better be. I think she is.
So that was our entertainment update.
That was Keno Radio ETV right there. But so I guess moving on, let's hop into Labor Day weekend. So now it is officially the unofficial end of summer.
That was it. That was the peak right there.
That was the peak. It's over. It's officially football season. Summer's over. How was your summer, first of all? How would you rate summer 2K16?
Summer 2K16, I'd say it was good. It was change for me. It was change for all of our age.
It was very different.
Yeah.
It was very different.
The fact that we're sitting here and not on Hobart Lane or Main Street is a change.
We're not in the studio. A year ago at this time doing this episode, we were in the studio. We were in the KR studios, aka the bedroom. I was actually when I was doing the Skype call, I was kind of thinking that I kind of missed it. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind getting back in the studio.
It's just a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
Physically, we're together, and it's better. Having a couple drinks too. I've done all these ones sober for the last 3 months.
I'm wearing a Bud Light shirt. I don't drink. Really.
Right? So how were you holding up? I had a really good weekend. But yesterday it kind of all came crashing to a halt. And the real world hit me square in the face yesterday.
And I completely agree. It hit me this morning so Kenzie's still at school right now. So when she's like,
UMass?
Yeah, she's still at UMass.
How old is she?
She's younger than us.
Okay.
She was like, I gotta go.
She's 16 at least, though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's not that much. It really hit me this morning. I'm on the train to work, and she's like
an adult.
Man, and she's I gotta go to class in Thompson. And I was like, I hated Thompson, but I would love to go there right now.
One more time, dude. Right?
And
what are you gonna say?
So I was just saying, the summer thing was great when you get home, see all your friends, like, yeah, cool, got a job, like, that's cool. We all have jobs, that's not a big deal, but I mean, like, and then this time hits where you normally would. It hurts, it's going to hurt the most right now. Next year at this time,
at this time every year, it's going to hurt.
It's just going to hurt a little, but it's going to hurt the most right now.
Exactly. This is when it, everyone says this is the time. And this is when I was prepared to. I knew it, graduation kind of sucked. But it went through the slope like we were talking last week or last time, whatever, where it, sucked right at the beginning, but then you kind of forget about it and you're in full-fledged summer mode. And then now I kind of was thinking about it, but, this weekend was really, seeing all the snaps and then just, going to work today and being like, wow, it's like really over.
Yeah, it's
You know?
it's a shock. Like not even a shock. It's like I have FOMO. I have a lot of FOMO.
Right? And the big thing that I like, just the lifestyle, like thinking like I'm never going to live that lifestyle again. Like I was responsible to go to class for like an hour once a day, and that was it. Like my life was like all I had to do was watch TV. It was and just like it just like the lifestyle of it. Obviously the whole weekend and like partying and having fun and everything, but just like the sloth lifestyle and just living like with your boys, and it was just like that right there. Thinking about like, wow, that's all done. And it's just it was depressing, really. I'm slipping in. I felt myself yesterday like physically slipping into depression.
And it's so bad because like we're not that far removed. Like we could still hang. Like we can still do it,
dude. Right? Like
and
exactly. We're
it's
not
just
that washed
dangling
up
in
yet.
front of us.
Right there.
Oh
It's
man,
tough. So
but
next,
I might break. Maybe I'll break this on Keno right now.
here we go.
Potentially. Well, not potentially. It's like it's a real thing, but not yet. YB signed a lease.
Wow, where? If not,
it's also in the queue. It's in the making right now. But they won't see it for many more episodes. But that's a thing that's happening. So it's kind of like
you're moving out.
I you know what? I'm taking my sack and I'm marching out the door.
I love it. Where? How many people are you living with? Are you living alone? Or are you living with a bunch of kids?
No, I got three of my other like best friends from home.
Dude, when are you moving out?
So looking like the October 15.
Wow.
But
I'm so jealous.
yeah, like
That's awesome.
That's breaking on Keno Radio. Not a lot of people know.
That's awesome. How come you're moving to the same town? I feel like that's just like a waste of money. But I would do the same thing.
Right.
I
So
want to get out.
initially it was moving closer to town, but the
Yeah.
three guys I work with all work in either Quincy or Braintree.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, maybe I'll just go rogue. You can't go rogue. It's way more expensive.
No. Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
already rogue, literally, but you can't go rogue.
You can't go roguer than rogue.
No, studios are not.
Yeah, no, and you don't want to live alone.
You don't. You
don't
want
especially at our age. It's one thing if you're like older, but like we're still like
still young. Just
degenerates.
we get to tell each other we're young. We're young.
Yeah, we're young. Yeah, sure.
And,
Why not? We're young.
And yes, that was a decision we made. And but the thing is, for me, I have a terrible train commute if I stay here, and I have a minute walk from my new place to a closer train station.
Yeah, totally.
So it's
totally
gonna cut
good.
probably 15-20 minutes off my hour commute.
That's awesome. I mean, good for you. That's like literally, if I could do that, I would be out in a heartbeat.
Shout out to moms and dad, because I'm living with them now, and it's great. Yeah, there were some emotions. Emotions ran high during these conversations.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
That is true. It's a big change. When my brother moved out, he kind of just like threw it on all of us. Like he's in like one of our group chats, and he was just like, I think we asked if he was coming out to UMass one weekend in the spring, and he was just like, nah, I'm moving out that day. We're like, dude, you're moving out? What? He's like, yeah, I thought I mentioned it like a month ago, but I might not have. And then I guess same thing with my parents. He just like dropped it on literally like on Thursday. He's like, yeah, so I'm moving to the city on Saturday. And they're just like, all right, like that's kind of how the Wakefields roll. We kind
At least like a 2-month thing. He was like,
yeah, it was literally like 2 days. And then he just moved to Somerville last weekend. So he's been bopping around the city. So I'm wicked jealous. I'm wicked happy for you too. That's like the biggest thing that's really killing me is once I can take that next step, I think life's gonna get back on the incline. But
yeah, I just not to knock home living, but
no, you can knock it all you want because it's the worst. I think.
I
mean, I know as soon as I get out there and I have to pay for literally everything in the world, I'm gonna want to kill myself just as much. But the idea of it's cool. So I don't know. Yeah. Good for you. I like that you broke that here, though. That's awesome.
That's my summer wrapped up. It just ended. Just concluded that way. But I want to hear about yours because you're a tent slinger, and I'm a desk guy. But you're a tent slinger, so
I'm a tent slinger. You want to hear about my summer? I put up tents and I got sunburnt. That was it. Those are literally the two. It's weird when I talk in the mic like this. Does this sound different than like this?
It does, yeah.
This is like way worse.
That's worse, yeah.
I've been talking in the back of the mic like half this episode, so I apologize for that.
Oh, that's HD right there.
Yeah, all right. So that's good, Kyle. Hold on. Let me get this like right in my mouth. That's what she said. LOL. Smad shout out. There you go. I don't know why that's what she said in Smads kind of made me think of him, but whatever. But no, so tent slinging, I mean, it is what it is. It's usually a summer job. Now it's like a pretty much full-time job, so that's really good and depressing. I'm on like a 2-week break from it, though, because I've been working 102.5 now. Everyone went back to school, so there's like 4 of us working there. And so I got to work with my boy like every day. So that's kind of good.
Take what you can get.
I know. No, I'll take it because I needed a tent slinging break. I mean, it was
your arms got to be sore.
Yeah, right. Dude, to be honest, it was the sunburns. Like my skin needed a break from literally like I would go out, get sunburnt, like forget to put on sunscreen, then like be like, all right, I need a break from being outside and just have to go and do it over and over and over and over again. So that's the one thing. I love the summer, but like I think I need a break from the sun. And but I only want like a 1 month break. Like I would love it for like 1 month, then go back into summertime. But that's not going to happen. So summer was good though. Like you said, it was very different. I had a good July, a lot of fun in July. June and August worked too much. Didn't like that. But
it made that end of it sweeter for you,
it
Kyle.
did, because it made Kenny awesome, and it made this past weekend awesome. So this past weekend, I guess enough. Just the next topic. I was in, if you followed Keno Radio on Snaps, like I said, you'd know I was in Florida.
Blazing hot snaps from everywhere around the country.
I was going to say, so I like that. We had, if you didn't tune in, we had myself in Gainesville, Florida for the Florida UMass game. We had our boy Rosie in the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
That was awesome.
Michigan, Hawaii. And then we had Hainsey and Sugar Shane out in Amherst, just celebrating the first weekend back in Amherst. So I kind of want to do that. I gave them the password in full rain whenever anyone's doing anything cool. If you're listening and want to hop on it, just let me know. I'll get you on it. But so yeah, I went down to Florida. Man, the hurricane absolutely just stood right in front of it, so that was good. But I don't know. I guess the big thing, because I was gonna do a blog on the Florida trip, but I decided I'd rather just talk because I didn't want to type. So
typing gets tedious, man.
Typing does get tedious. So I'll just give a quick little recap. So we got to we flew from Logan to DC on Thursday. Had a nice little layover. The whole time it was just
whoa. Nice layover, Kyle?
No, dude, okay. First off, so I was flying with my brother for the first time. Not together. He flew on a plane for the first time ever.
It was his maiden voyage. I did see that.
It was his first voyage ever. So normally that's bad luck. They say flying with someone for the first time is bad luck. So I was a little nervous about that. Know what I was thinking about? I actually wanted to bring this up. If we went down because it's bad luck and the plane crashed and we both died, would it be selfish of me to request separate funerals from myself and my brother?
No.
No?
I say green light.
I kind of want, like, I don't want to die with someone and, like, have the same funeral because I kind of want all the attention on me. Is that selfish?
No.
Maybe.
I
think you deserve it.
At that point, though, you are dead. So
my say doesn't count.
It's really up to Papa and Mrs. Wakey.
100%, yeah, and they'd be like, "No, we're saving money on these two, 150%."
They might even just throw your brother on top of yours. So
yeah, one casket, just dual casket. So I had that thought. I was like, this might be selfish, but like, if something happens now or whenever, give me my own thing. Give me my own thing. That's my last request. You know what?
I've heard it now. I'll give my 2 cents
right
if
there.
and when it happens.
If and when. I think it will at some point, but who knows? So I was saying to him, he's probably has the most skewed thing of flying ever because we hit no lines, we had no delays, like there was absolutely no problems. Our layovers were no longer than an hour each time.
Okay, I think I need to fly with your brother. This just doesn't happen.
It literally didn't. We sat. The most we had in line for TSA was 4 people in front of us. Got there. The thing with this, though, we flew out Thursday morning at like 11, so that's kind of a funky time.
Weird time. Okay, yeah, maybe that's it.
Flew home at 6 a.m. So we got to TSA when they're like before they opened the thing. So we were literally first in line for TSA coming home. But so we flew to DC. Got nervous that we weren't going to make it to Jacksonville because of the hurricane. So the hurricane was coming. We were watching the whole time. Like the sky was dark. We got to Jacksonville finally. We had to wait for my boy Stevie, who ended up getting delayed an hour and a half. So that was tough. We went to Chili's, got a bunch of margaritas. So that was kind of fun.
Chili's, Applebee's, those margs in that realm, unbelievable.
Fantastic, dude. It was
Cannot beat it.
absolutely fantastic. We had a pretty big bill though. Kicked off the weekend with a pretty fat bill from Chili's.
Yeah, but like, what's money? So just
That's true. This weekend I had no idea. I was just swiping until it didn't swipe anymore. So we picked up Stevie, and this was the trouble part. So we got an Uber from Jacksonville to Gainesville. Google mapped it before. Hour 15, hour 20 minutes. Okay.
Oop, the whole way.
The whole way.
Okay.
Get picked up. Ford Fiesta. Not a big car. 3 big bodies in the backseat. It's like a little compact, not SUV. It's like a compact car. If you don't know what Ford Fiesta is, Google it. We had 4 big boys in that thing, 3 wide in the backseat. As soon as we get going, it starts to rain. Starts to rain a little harder.
Obviously.
Starts raining a little harder. Hurricane Hermine or whatever it is
Hermione.
Hermione is in full effect by the time we're like halfway there. So we hit like an hour, and I asked the driver, I'm like, hey, like how much longer do we have? And they were like, oh, only like 45 minutes or so, or it was like an hour and 4 minutes. And I was like, wait, we Google mapped it. This is like an hour 15 drive. We've been driving for an hour. What's going on? So we look it up on the maps, and like closest point was like A to B. You see my finger, just like diagonal. We went like right angle. So she took us an extra hour and 15 minutes off the course while we're 3 wide in the backseat in a Ford Fiesta in the middle of a hurricane.
This is the scene. This is the setup for a bad joke,
right? It was
so
horrible.
We're 3 wide in the back of.
It was literally, it was legitimately horrible. We also saw a UPS truck like smash into a pole on the side of the road, but like there's probably 150 yards around the pole, and like the tire marks went straight and then right angle into the pole. So that was 100% a suicide attempt. I just had to throw that one in there. So we finally got there in the hurricane. That was tough. We went out to the bar, and that's when the hurricane like really hit. I forgot about this. The lights went out at the bar. So we're in the SEC country. We're in Gainesville right now.
Yeah, you're right there.
This is the SEC difference. It's about 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. So bars close at 2.
Yep.
Lights go out. No power anywhere in the city. We think it's like just the bar's going to shut down, but we kind of just get to stay. So we're not questioning it. Had a lot of UMass chants going on. We saw some UMass fans down there.
Wow.
Right?
UMass, breaking news, UMass has fans.
UMass has fans. That's huge breaking news. So we were having some go UMass chants in the bar. Really also surprising, being a UMass fan was probably the best thing we could have been down there, because we were just like this cute like little brother who they were gonna come in and beat up. So like no one, it's not like we're like Florida State fans or like Georgia fans where everyone's like, oh, we hate you, like we're gonna blah blah big rivalry. It was kind of like, oh, like you're UMass fans, like welcome to Florida, like we want to show you guys a good time. So that was awesome. That worked out in our favor all weekend.
That's actually awesome.
So people liked us. So the lights go out in the bar, and then like a half hour later at 2, they're like, all right, last call. And we're just like, that's the SEC difference right there. Like lights go out before the game day, and they don't cut anyone off. They just kept going. They kept going like it was a normal night.
That's unbelievable.
So we leave the bar, and that's when the hurricane was ripping. It was probably like 75-mile-an-hour winds, hardest rain I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm not talking about Miami.
Yeah, it was incredible. So we get picked up in some sketchy.
By the way, can you throw a number out there for the cost of this Uber that you took there? Because I'm dying to know.
From Jacksonville to Gainesville?
Yeah.
Well, I think the total was like $180, but that was like
between the 3 of you.
4 of us. But Booby emailed and was like, "Hey, we went like an hour out of the way, so
okay.
They cut it down like 60." So it was. I think I did it on the way back on mine. I think it was $108.
Honest, between the 4 people, I would take that.
Dude, that's why we were between a car, like renting a
getting
car,
a rental, yep.
and getting an Uber. So we kind of decided on the Uber. It ended up working out fine. So we head back to the hotel. That was cool. Also, a little quick side note about Gainesville, maybe Florida in general. We went to a gas station to get some booze. Natty Lights were $9.99 for a 12-pack, and also $9.99 for an 18.
So why would you get 12? Why would you ever buy 12?
We were thinking that's how you're responsible. It's like, hey, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to get the 12, or you want to get a little carried away, you get the 18. Because there's no. So we thought it was a mistake at the one gas station. It was everywhere we went.
Both for 10.
Right? So,
I think Massachusetts needs to take a page out of that playbook.
right, and just $10 for everything, no
The
matter
Busch Light,
what.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a Busch Light.
Also, a little side note. What we thought, I would assume you're under the same impression. We're under the impression that everyone in the SEC drinks Natty Light. So we wanted to fit in. We didn't want to fit out, and we all just got a ton of Natty Light. We show up to the tailgate, and everyone's chirping us. They're like, dude, what are you drinking? Like, what is this? Why would you drink Natty Light? And I was like, I wanted to be like you guys.
We thought this was you.
They thought this is what you guys drank, and they're like, oh, no, that stuff's disgusting. I was like, all right. So when I was trying to fit in, I ended up fitting out.
What are they drinking, Bud Lights?
Yeah. Bud Light, Jacksonville Jaguars cans. Fire.
Wow, jagging off,
We
baby.
were jagging off all weekend. It was awesome. So that was cool. So Friday, we ended up seeing the campus. I think campus was closed because of the hurricane. A little bummed. A little bit of a bummer. A little soft on my part, too. I mean, on their part. It was as hot and humid as it's ever been. But I wanted it to be like, I got a full, like, middle of a swamp experience. It was literally, we looked at it, it was 84 degrees out, but with the humidity, it said it felt like 102.
Oh, my God.
So it was literally like 93% humidity. It was you couldn't even breathe. When you go from the AC out, you literally couldn't even breathe. So that was cool. Their campus was cool. I thought it'd be nicer. I don't know if they'll take offense to that. I thought it'd be a little nicer. It was a little bit run down, kind of.
That's unreal.
But it kind of because there's like hanging trees everywhere and like moss is hanging everywhere. So that could have been trouble. But it was nice. It wasn't like I thought if I went as a freshman, like if we went as a freshman, didn't experience UMass, I think we would have been so overwhelmed. But just like because we went to UMass with a huge
Right, we
campus,
kind of had the big feel.
right? Like a big feel
Yeah.
was kind of whatever. But it was definitely nice.
So something you'd say everyone should get to an SEC matchup.
Oh, 150 million%. I think it's going to be a thing every year. We go to a UMass, even just a big school, just to like experience. But
Yeah.
the SEC was awesome.
Pencil me in for the next annual trip. You know, I think I'm not busy.
I will definitely pencil you in. The one thing that might ruffle some feathers,
Okay.
the females down there.
We're not nice to you.
They were nice to me. They were all very nice to me. I didn't interact with very many of them. I'm going to go as far as to say not really anything I had never saw at UMass. Just like...
Okay, because the social construct, if you will, is that the Southern Belle is not to be beaten.
Exactly. And I've heard many a time that Florida is a top school in the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
There were definitely some gorgeous women. I'm not gonna stand here and lie to everybody, but I'm just gonna say I've seen it didn't look that much different than UMass. That's all I gotta say.
Interesting. You know what? I'm glad you put that out there because people aren't going to know that that's like a real thing.
Right? Exactly. So I just want to say that. I also want to shout out UMass because the bars at that's a huge SEC school.
Yeah.
Nothing I hadn't seen at OTT before.
Wow. So the tavern just gets just as packed?
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Maybe even more packed, to be completely honest. So I just want to shout out to UMass for holding their own, and I think I think there's only so much like a college can be, and like you can the allure of it can get so much more than what it actually can be, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So like they're all awesome in their own way, and I don't think one school can be like that much more ridiculously better than I don't know how like a party can be that much better than another type of party.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I completely agree.
Granted, there are plenty of things like the weather and all the frats. Like I didn't go to any Greek life. I'm sure like the frats had a ridiculous tailgate, so I'm not taking that away from them. But the bar scene and the chicks, I just thought like UMass held its own against them.
Wow!
So shout out to UMass.
To hear that. Yeah,
you know, shout out to the boys. But the tailgate was awesome. They tailgated all around campus. That blew UMass out of the water. That wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I mean, that was banana land. It was literally.
That was probably expected.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was legitimately anywhere on campus. People had pop-up tents and just like grills and stuff. So that was cool. We met a really cool guy who was really open to us. Just like was like, "Hey, you want to play Flip Cup?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to play Flip Cup." And we were there for like 4 hours with him. He had a big trailer set up with two like 50-inch screens of all the games going on that day with a satellite hooked up to it. So that was dope. And we held our own in Flip Cup. We didn't lose. Maybe lost one game. We were going Florida
Oh.
versus UMass. Maybe lost one game. I went 1-on-1 versus some Florida frat bro. Smoked him. So shout out to you. So we still got it. We're not that old. We're not washed up
we
yet.
still got it.
We still got it, I think.
So you want to talk a little college football? What do you want to do? Regular football? Because I just opened in for the listeners at home. I actually just entered a fantasy football draft.
I was going to say, did your draft kick off yet?
So it did. It just did. And Antonio Brown, number 1 overall, to the assistant captain of the UMass roller hockey team, Ryan Wolfsford, now turned captain with the graduation of me.
Wow. So yeah, if me and Andy were talking, so we pretty much just had to kill time for the first half hour. I think we did a pretty good job. Now Andy is officially live on his fantasy football draft right now. So we're gonna do an amazing podcast job right now of having side conversations as well as fantasy football draft insight.
All right. So what's our next topic?
Well, first off, college football weekend was unreal. And last shout out of the trip, the boys held their own against the Gators. I mean, we were down 10-7 going into the half.
Great game.
10-7 into the third. Held their own. They kind of blew it open because this one dude, I forget who it was, but missed the tackle and they scored, and that kind of took the wind out of the sails. But shout out to them, and the fans were rattled. It was quiet. We were talking to a guy after. He was saying it was the most quiet he's ever heard Ben Hill Griffith Stadium. Because it was just, he was rattled. I mean, and they were getting so mad at us because we were chomping, doing the gator chomp in their face and everything like that. So
got it. Yep.
Shout out UMass. I think the pouring rain for the first half definitely helped us out because I think we had 25 passing yards. So we just ran and chewed up the clock the whole time. But we definitely held our own. I thought we were going to lose 45-3. Lost 24-7. So way to go, UMass. Keep it rolling next week. Battle of the Bay State. We're going to beat PC, I think.
That game's going to be 6-3, UMass victory.
That's going to be like when the Pats and Browns always play. It's always a horrible game.
BC has the best defense in the country.
Do they really?
Well, top 5 defense. They're unbelievable, but they can't score, so that's why it's going to be so low scoring.
I got a FaceTime coming right now from old boy.
Okay, we got...
What's on the clock right now for you? What are you drafting?
I'm the 7th overall pick. The 4th overall pick just went down.
What up, old boy?
How you doing?
We're doing great. Can you hear him, Andy?
Yeah, I'm all in. Who is this?
This is Do you know Laro? Let's see. Where's my camera?
Oh yeah.
I know Andy.
Yeah.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. I think the thing is right now, I don't think you can hear Andy because he's in my headphones.
I'm in your headphones.
Yeah, I'm about to hop in the shower.
What's up tonight?
Al Diaz, you didn't get my snap?
Oh, I did, dude. They're going to Al Diaz tonight. Wow. That's the first one that. So
wow.
Is that first one of the year? Yo, okay, what's good with this tattoo? Hold on. Let's show Andy. Ready? When'd you get this?
What do we got? Wow. That's some ink.
You went 0 to 60 with that so quick.
Yeah, bro. I still got a couple more sessions. That was a quick 800.
Where did you get this money? Did you win a bet?
No, but
I know you're Diego. I know who you are. You got some money stashed up.
You got some.
in the ceiling, in the mattress, baby.
You taking a poop right now?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
bro.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Wow, look at this. Love it.
I was going to ask a question.
Yeah, what's the question? All right, so this is the Keno Radio hotline right here. We got old boy out live from Amherst right now, live from Amity, about to hit Al Diaz, which is the most popping spot in Amherst on Tuesday nights. He's taking a poop. What do you got for us?
All right, 2 questions.
Yep.
What do you miss most about coming to UMass?
Oh,
Okay.
yep.
Andy, you want to go first on this one?
What I miss most? I'd just say the camaraderie. I'd say of constantly being with the boys. That's you don't get that every day in the office.
Yeah, honestly. I say literally, I think it's the same thing. I mean, it's the everyday life of it. It's obviously the weekends, and the weekends are they're so fun. I mean, they're literally so fun, but the everyday life of just hanging out being with the boys all the time. You're literally with your group of friends all the time. And if you ever want to hang out with someone, there's always someone there to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the biggest thing is being with your friends legitimately every second you want. Living with your boys, you're gonna be doing when you move out, is gonna be fantastic. I mean, so that's definitely mine. What's part 2?
What else we got?
Part 2 is if you got one song in your arsenal, one song for Al Diaz to play tonight, pour it on me. What do you got?
Ooh, one song to play. I think mine, you got to kick off the year right, and you got to go Here to Party, Luke Bryan. That's my anthem. I think that sets the tone for the year. I know he's not a big country guy, but if You Ain't Here to Party by Luke, that's going to do it.
It's a one song for, like, what situation?
What's that?
Does Andy got an answer?
Yeah,
Like,
Andy.
for, like, what situation am I playing the song?
It's LDS's first song of the year, just to kick it off, kick the year off right.
You know what? I would want maybe oh no, because that's a song. And you know what? I'd want him to play the last song of the night, American Pie.
American Pie. I like
The
it.
last song brings the people together.
That's a good like sing along song.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Wagon Wheel.
Wagon Wheel by Darius. I bet he'll play that tonight.
Bring it back to the UMass roots.
I like
He wrote
it.
That song on campus.
I like it. Wait, what?
He always plays that song.
Oh, I thought you said he wrote that. I was like, I don't think so. But no, yeah, that's great. Well, hey, yo, keep me updated with the snaps tonight, all right?
All right. Hey,
Yo,
love you.
let me know if you want the Keno Radio snap, and you can send out some stories. Live
Love
from
it.
LDS.
Love it.
Hit me.
All right, I'll text you, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
Later.
Oh, look at that. First call-in.
So that was our first live call-in right there.
Oh, by the way, while we were on the line with him, I had to draft DeAndre Hopkins at number 7 because I didn't want to take a chance.
I don't like that at all.
I didn't want to take a chance on a rookie running back in Ezekiel Elliott. And now I'm up again with the 14th pick, and on the board is still Gronk, Le'Veon Bell, Des Bryant, Doug Martin.
Dude.
Gronk. I'm thinking Gronk.
Gronk,
but
because,
also,
dude, always pick Pats players because you follow them on a week-to-week basis. That's
Yeah,
my
but-
big thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, like a tight end is such a position that's expendable because there's only there's only 2 dominant tight ends.
Exactly. So if you have one of them, dude, he
Yep.
puts up bigger numbers than receivers.
I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna do it.
No,
I'm
you
gonna do it.
gotta go Gronk, dude. Having Gronk is he's a huge. He's
All right.
he's like one of the
All right.
biggest point people. What league
right.
do you play in?
I did
Yahoo or ESPN?
It's ESPN.
Okay, I've only played Yahoo, so I don't really know the numbers. But dude, like, there's literally him, and like you said, there's like 4 good tight ends. So he's got to
it's
put up
basically-
numbers.
I think it's basically him, Jordan Reed, and the guy. Oh my God, Travis Kelce. I'd say those are the 3.
Yeah, and I mean he's with Garoppolo. Garoppolo's going to lean so heavily on him.
I think so too.
You know.
I'm also not afraid to pull the trigger on Tommy touchdowns real early. I'm not afraid.
I was just gonna say I take Tom Brady with my first pick every year. He consistently puts up massive numbers. So
I think if he's still around, it's the second round now. If he's still around by the 4th round when I have my the 2nd or 3rd pick in that round, I'm grabbing him.
you have to. My big thing is everyone wants to get. I get the reasoning that you wait on a quarterback because wide receivers and running backs there's not as many that put up as
Right.
big numbers, and a
Right.
lot of quarterbacks put up a lot of big numbers. But if you get the consistency of a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning when he played or a Drew Brees, those numbers are going to be huge week in, week out. Whereas if you wait on one, you get stuck with a guy like Matty Ice or Eli Manning, where they can put up like potentially big numbers, or they're also inconsistent and put up flop numbers. It's not there. I'm a big 2 things: big quarterback, get a quarterback who consistently puts up a lot of points.
Yep.
Kicker, dude, kickers can save games, dude.
Steven Gostkowski is a
Huge. If you can hop on
15
him,
points a
dude.
week.
Yeah, dude, kickers are massive, and defenses are irrelevant. Don't waste your time on defenses.
Yeah, get defense. Play week-to-week defense.
Exactly, week-to-week defense. But
I honestly usually play week-to-week tight end too, but you know what? We get that now.
yeah, dude, no. I mean, unless you can have a guy like Gronk, I'm the same thing. But wide receivers are a little more consistent than running backs are impossible. They're impossible to draft. I mean, like they're literally the most inconsistent players on the field. I'm with you. I would never risk it with Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, especially a rookie running back.
Dude, and did the Cowboys have a really good offensive line or a really bad one?
Good.
They do.
They have a good line, but
Allegedly, because Romo seems to get hurt every year by getting sacked. So
They
I'm not
always
really
said-
sure if I believe that.
I think the line was good on paper, and I think it was good contractually. Like, they got a lot of bang for their buck, but I don't think they always DeMarco Murray is a beast, and he ran, he had a very good year behind that line, so you can't really tell if it's the running back or...
That is true, because then he goes to Philly and Tennessee, and he just has wicked okay years.
Right, so you don't really know. But we'll see how that pans out. So the Patriots want to talk a little Pats?
Yeah. Let's talk because, dude. All right, so this is good. Let's get a little football preview because Pats start up this week. By the time you hear the time we do the next episode, Pats will be in full effect. So
Pats will already have one win.
all right? So first game, you think they're gonna win this week?
Oh, I don't want to say it's gonna be a toss up. I don't know.
Middleman Andy over here. It's a toss up. They might win or they might lose. I'm just not really sure.
Well, let's break it down.
I think they're gonna lose. I'm gonna be straight up with you.
A lot of people think that as well, but it's also like the Patriot way. Like you can never really count them out.
Oh yeah. I'm getting sucked into the Arizona thing right now. Everyone always says they're so good, and they're not. They're never good. They're always regular season good, but they're never like really good. Who's even their quarterback now? Is it Carson Palmer still?
Still Carson Palmer, and he's still ripping it up.
Dude, he's old. He's wicked okay. Yeah. I'm never sold on the Cardinals.
Cardinals have a good defense.
But I think Jimmy G is going to take him a couple weeks to get ready. I think they're going 2-2 in the 4 games without Tommy, and then they're going to go 12-0 when Tommy gets back. That's what I'm sticking with. Actually, they're going to run right through it to the Super Bowl. I don't think Tom loses the game this year. That's not just a homer. I honestly don't think he will. They have the best odds to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is kind of low key because they're missing their starting quarterback for 4 games, and they still have a 6-1 favorite to win.
I know. Hey, it's the Patriot way, man.
It is. I mean, we're rolling all cylinders. Who else you got in the AFC? Who's going to be in the way? I just said who like 12 times.
So who's in the way in the AFC? I mean, Denver.
Dude.
Normally, you know what I'm saying? Normally Denver.
Yeah.
Normally.
I guess their D's good, but they don't have a quarterback. They straight up don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, well, they got this guy Simon. I have no idea how to say his name.
Simeon.
Is it actually?
I think it's Trevor Simeon.
Trevor Simeon. Siemens, however you say it.
Trevor Simeon.
That's how bad he is. We don't know how to say it.
Is he a rookie? I know their other dude's a rookie, Paxton Lynch.
Yes, I think they're, or maybe he was out of last year, but this is his first like real. So, I don't know.
That was a nice thinking face you had right there.
I'm also like looking at my phone. I'm wheeling and dealing right now. I apologize to our award-winning fans that I'm.
No, it was fantastic. Huge news for me is the Sanchez is gonna lead the boys to the promised land this year. Mark Sanchez, he signed with my Cowboys.
I think he gets cut from a team and gets picked up by another every year.
Because he's the savvy vet, dude, and he loves it. Vet. He's definitely cool with just being like a backup now, but like collecting. He's like the Mike Vick effect. And like, remember when Vick a couple years ago, like they asked him how he felt about it, and he was like, "I don't really want to be the starter. Like, I don't want to get hit anymore. I just want to teach these youngins how to play and collect a paycheck." Not a bad way to look at it. So,
hey, if you can do it, if you can mount a comeback. Do it.
Right. I was convinced he was going to go to Buffalo and reunite with Rex. I mean,
recently when Teddy Bridgewater went down, I was like, "Oh, Mike Vick."
Dude, yeah, they've been rumored that too. Dude, how about Teddy Bridgewater? His knee just like exploded.
Yeah.
Did you see the?
I haven't seen actual footage. Have you?
There isn't footage of it. It's like sketchy, no footage. There's a non-contact drill, and I guess his knee like just exploded.
Oh.
And I think he did something with that artery. And he was like, if the trainers weren't there and like gave him immediate attention, they were saying he might have or probably would have had to get the leg amputated. Like it was just like an explosion of a knee. So
that's wild.
I hate to see that. Also, Teddy Bridgewater isn't good. Just like I don't know why people think he is. He's like
Sneaky had a statistically good year.
But like it's just
which really means
nothing.
Your
time to draft. I heard the sound.
You heard the sound. I'm on the clock right now.
All right, on the clock right now. Who's on the board? What are you looking at?
It's a top 5 right now. Mike Evans, Sammy Watkins, Jonathan Stewart, Brandon Cooks, Carlos Hyde.
I don't like any of those.
I don't like any of those. Should I go right for Tommy touchdowns right now in the third round? Yeah,
100%.
I'll do it. I don't know why he's down here so low. I'll get someone to fill in the first few weeks.
Dude, right? Exactly. Get like. Who's my favorite? Get Sanchez, dude.
The Sanchez? Honestly, no, who's my go-to, and he has been for like 4 straight years as my backup? The Red Rifle.
Andy Dalton?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I haven't played in the last like 3 years or so, but I was huge Ben Roethlisberger guy. I had Big Ben on my team every year. He's fantastic. He's low-key like one of my favorite players of all time. even though he had a little incident in a bathroom stall. Didn't like that about him.
Allegedly.
That's true. That is true. I'm high up on Big Ben. I think he's one of the most overlooked quarterbacks of our generation. I mean, he's got 2 rings.
He does actually sneaky have 2 rings.
Sneaky has 2 rings, dude. As many rings as Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Big
So,
Ben. And
dude, Big Ben's big time.
it seems as if he's getting older, he's doing better. He's playing better.
He's kind of had a resurgence in his career. That's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh is the team I think we got to watch out for this year in the AFC. They got another good defense. Antonio Brown's obviously nasty. Their running back, Le'Veon Bell, right? He's not suspended anymore. Only suspended 1 game or whatever.
Like 1 game, yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going to be legit. I think Pittsburgh's going to be a team to look out for. New England. And my dark horse for the year, I didn't even think of this. I'm just going to come up with it as I kill time right now. New Orleans.
The Saints?
The Saints.
The Saints are coming, as they say.
The Saints stunk last year, and they're going to snap out of it and be good this year.
I completely agree.
How about that? How about that for a hot take? Market.
Well, Drew Brees, you can't really. The guy's he's a gamer, so you can't really count
He's a
him out
gunslinger, dude.
He is.
Absolute gun. Know who's the best? Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford, not Matty Ice, sorry. Matty Ice is Matt Ryan. Matt Stafford drops back 65 times a game.
I'm curious to see how he's going to do without Megatron, because he can't just throw it within 40 yards of a guy now. He literally would just go back and sling it because he had no O-line, so he had no time, and would just sling it, and then Megatron would obviously go up and catch it. But Matt Stafford is he's just the frat bro in all of us who he represents us. He represents
because he's not in shape. I don't know if you've seen him.
He represents just the guys like us who are intramural heroes, but he actually had a cannon of an arm, so he went out and did it. I feel like he's doing it for me.
He's doing it for
I feel like he's doing it for me.
For us guys at home.
Exactly. So Matt Stafford, I appreciate you. I appreciate the hell out of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Just keep slinging it. He needs to get out of Detroit. Get him in a cool place. He needs to go back down to Georgia. Play outside in the sun, San Diego or somewhere. He needs to be somewhere cool.
Get out of here, yeah.
Get out of the Motown. So I love him. Any other big news going into the NFL season?
Not much. I don't
know.
think. I think that. Well, the Tom Brady flag hanging in Gillette was a big topic of the sports radio I was listening to this morning.
Yeah, that's
I'm up again. Wow, that's very loud.
That's a quick one. That's good. That's good. So who are we looking at now?
So Sammy Watkins,
dude,
John.
Lock up Gostowski right now.
Right now, I can't, dude. That's 3 Patriots in their first 4 picks.
But you'll be able to watch him week in, week out.
Actually, I was looking at. I don't want Sammy Watkins because you never know if Tyrod Taylor is going to actually be good.
He stinks.
I just don't think he's that good. Should I go CJ and I'm just going to do a running back right now. CJ, Jamal, Matt Forte is on the board here. Let's go down a little bit. Look what we got. Latavius Murray.
Never heard of him. Get Jacquizz Rodgers. Is he still around?
Jacquizz is still around.
He has my favorite name of all time.
Or TJ Yeldon.
Who's a good running back?
I don't really know. Jonathan Stewart's on this board still.
Dude, get LeGarrette Blount. He's a savage.
I actually think I'm going to go with... Oh, this is tough. 25 seconds. I got to go with Jamal Charles, I think.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I'll take that one. And you don't look like an idiot. You look like you know what you're doing. That's a good play.
Oh, that's good. At least 3 out of my first 4 picks I'll have buys in week 9. So whoever's playing me in week 9, you're welcome.
Yeah, right, honestly. But just on the Pats thing, I think that's such a non-story that they're making a story just because it's football hasn't really started yet. I mean, obviously they're going to show something to talk about, some respect for Tommy because he's not there, So,
but it's just tough because Jimmy G's coming in. We're supposed to be all in on him, and then
are we though? I think we're all on the same page.
I know that, but I'm saying he's supposed to have confidence. He's supposed to come in and command this team, and then every time he drives, he's got to either look up at Tom Brady or have Tom Brady looking over his shoulder.
That is true. That's true. That is very true. But that kind of keeps him on his heels. I mean, it kind of makes it so he knows his role.
It's like stay humble. This guy's replacing you in 5 weeks.
Yeah, this isn't your role. It's like when they asked about Bill that and he just started laughing. It's like this is Tommy's team until he decides to step down in a couple of years. So I'm with it. I'm
Hey.
with it. I'm with it.
I'm with it too.
I'm with it. You got anything else?
That's pretty much all we got. World Cup hockey starting up soon.
You ever gonna give me the Chronicles of the New Guy blog or no?
Yeah, why? I'm so bad at those.
Just a one and done.
I know. No,
I'm out here grinding it out.
It's not.
I looked at the last 6 blogs and it was all from you, boy.
I mean, I'm actually busy at work now, which kind of stinks.
Stop saving people from cancer and start writing satire.
Like if I have a moment, I need to do more. Oh my god! But anyways, I was gonna say John Tortorella today said,
"Love this quote. I favorited your retweet."
Okay, good, because he said, for those of you who don't know, this guy Colin Kaepernick was doing this whole thing about the national anthem. I'm sure you can Google it or
you can read the blog on it.
Read the blog on it.
Working on a Sunday.
Yep. So John Tortorella, who's the coach of the USA World Cup hockey team, a notorious.
He's a coach?
He's one of the coaches.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was that.
And he said, if one of my guys sat down, was on the bench during the national anthem, he would be there for the rest of the game.
I totally agree. I'm like,
It doesn't say any better than that. It's direct. It doesn't say there's no issues in America. It doesn't say that he's not, like, he doesn't agree with the right to do it. But he said, if my players don't respect our national anthem, you're getting benched.
And that's totally okay with me. It's like, it's one of those things where I guess we'll end it on a quick Kaepernick talk. I know everyone's beating this into the ground, but we never talked about it.
We never did, so this might be our.
This is ours. Yeah, this is classic Keno radio fashion. We're a week late to the party, but when everyone's starting to forget about it, we like to rehash it. That's perfect. So my big thing is, it's like, I get it. He's doing his right. You can't hate on him for that. Blah 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 blah. Don't do something, don't exercise your right, and don't make a protest that's going to offend so many people directly. Like, just do what LeBron and Melo and they did at the ESPYs. Just speak out about it. You don't have to do something. And he keeps going on. He's like, I don't hate America. I'm not disrespecting America. It's like, well, you might not think you are, but you are. Like, you are. So just choose something else. Wear like a black socks or something, like wear an armband, do something like that. Just do a protest that isn't going to directly offend people. Everything's going to offend someone, but not standing is legitimately just like disrespecting someone to their face. So
for my question for you is, do you think when he was thinking about, like, hey, I'm fed up of whatever, like, I'm just going to not stand and, like, that'll be like my little thing, like, do you think he didn't think about how big this move was going to be? Because part of me thinks he thought it would just be like, oh, Colin Kaepernick didn't stand up because he was this. My
big thing that I'm sold on is, like, he was sitting down and, like, kind of forgot and was zoned out because he's, like, the 12th string quarterback, so he wasn't really in the mood for the game. And then it became a thing, and he was like, oh, wow, like, wait, this is a good idea. Like, I'm just going to run with this and make this a thing. That's my theory on it, is he wasn't even trying to do it, and he started this whole thing. And it's just like, I was never a Kaepernick fan from the beginning, so this really, really irked me. I think he always stunk and was the most overrated quarterback of all time just because no one had any film on him. Him and RG3, no one had film on the read option. You give an NFL team whole offseason to prepare for him, you're going to stink. Should have never got rid of Alex Smith.
I agree.
And on top of all that, he's literally a deer. Like, he is a deer. He runs like a deer. He looks like a deer when he's playing football. He's a deer. And I don't like him at all. So dear. The cherry on top.
Yeah, I know. I definitely not thought out, and he's getting more flack back than good. So
exactly. So Copernicus, stop it. Do something better. Tortorella, Colin Copernicus, stop that.
Also, like, Colin Kaepernick, what are you? Like,
dude,
I'm very. Your name suggests that
when Rodney Harrison came out, I was like, he's not even black. That was a valid statement. I wasn't gonna be the one to say it, because I have no authority judging who's who, which color you are, but a fellow black man saying that, I mean, he's half black and was adopted and raised by 2 white people. So, like, if I was a black person, I think I'd be like, dude, like, who are you talking? You didn't even, like, you're in the NFL. You had 2 white parents. You didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really experience what we're experiencing. Yeah, thanks for standing up for us, but, like, who are you to really, like, you're just bringing a negative light on us once again. That's how I would feel.
No, hey, I completely agree. You just said everything I was going to say.
Boom. See, we can get political. We can get political.
We get a little political up in here.
A little political up in here.
Well, it's just tough because then I got you on one side, I got Laylee on the other.
Right,
and
dude?
I'm in the middle.
Middleman Andy.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you.
That's me forever on most issues. I'm like, hey, I'm up for whatever the group wants to do.
That's good. Hey, we need that. But yeah, I mean we're hitting that 56-minute spot again, like every week. So you got anything else? Any closing thoughts?
I was gonna say what we got coming up. Obviously, week 1, it's gonna be huge. We'll probably do a little recap of that when we get back.
I want to do some. We're getting to football stuff. Some Pat's blogs, some tweeting,
Yep.
live tweets of the game, stuff like that. So the content is gonna be stepped up.
For
and
sure.
Snapchat. So if you're ever doing anything cool on Snapchat, you or anyone listening, you want it, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram at
Good
Keno Radio.
segue, Kyle. You're getting good.
Like that. Facebook.com/Keno Radio. On the Gmail, KenoRadio@gmail.com. Or if you know me, I'm not gonna throw my number out there, but just shoot me a text personally, and you can log right into the Keno Radio Snapchat. It's live. Definitely take a look. I'm going to Amherst this weekend, so this might be the death of me. We got the Clocky Golf Tournament. I have to come home Sunday, and I think that's gonna be the final straw of my life.
I think I'm going to be on the Snapchat on Saturday. I got a little Jason Aldean at Fenway.
I like that.
Everybody.
Yeah, that'll be good. So definitely stay tuned this weekend. It'll be probably in between the golf tournament back in Amherst and Aldean on Sunday. It'll be a good time. So definitely stay tuned. Andy, it was great talking to you.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, baby. We'll see you soon. Go Pats. Stay tuned.
Pats.
Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.
Man, I love college.
Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio. Keno Radio.